What is going on YouTube? It is FlopFish here, and welcome to another NHL 13 or 14, whatever you want to call it, gameplay commentary here. And this one's actually a pretty cool dealio going on here, and there's actually some hot info released today by EA themselves, and I guess I decided to, talk about it while I play a game here in hut. And there's main things that I really want to talk about here are going to be pucks, and then player overalls, because that is an area that does concern me here, and just because they do seem pretty low. For example, Henrik Sedin in the screenshots is only like an 80. I think he's only like an 80. Whatchamacallit? Like an 80, 86. Yeah, he's only an 86 in the screenshots, and then he's there's players like Ovechkin, star of the week in the screenshots, is a 92. Lundqvist is a 91. I think Lundqvist's regular overall is like it's actually fairly, like, he was a 90 in NHL 13, and to me there's no way a player drops that much in a year. Ekman Larson is only an 84, which kind of doesn't make sense considering he's played considerably better. Just doesn't seem the same. But yeah, so anyways, as we try to play the players here, I've got my laptop on my left, so I'm going to look a little bit confusing playing this game here, because I'm definitely not going to have 100% concentration on it. But nonetheless, it's just something so you guys can see it, and something to kind of talk over here. But the first thing we're going to talk about here is the daily sign-in puck bonus, and that's actually probably one of the coolest things here, as it is a dramatic increase. And I'm not talking about like small, I'm talking about like huge. So for NHL 13, you used to go up, I think, from 25 pucks to 50 to 100. To 150 to 200 to 250, and 250 was like the max you could get and then that's all you could get. Well, now it actually changed a lot. The first day you sign in, or the second consecutive day, I guess, you get 25 pucks. The third day you get 100 pucks. The fourth day, so like your third day of the reward, you get 250 pucks. That's your full bonus for 8 straight days of signing in on NHL. NHL 13. That's pretty huge, but it goes up from there. It goes to 500, then to 750, then to 1,000, then to 1,250 pucks. That's huge. Within the first 31 days of playing, I think it's a crazy number, like 36K or 36 or 32K you can make just from signing in and not even playing. That's a lot of pucks, and I think that's going to really help drive up the market value prices, even though the player overalls are dropping. And again, bit of a concern with the player overalls dropping, because it normally to me means the market's probably not going to be as good as what it was, but who knows, that could be a different story. Anyway, so enough about the bonuses there. We're going to go ahead and actually talk about one quick thing about packs here before I forget it. And they've actually implemented a new thing called My Packs, which is going to be very, very useful, I think, as long as it works as I think it's going to work. And it's pretty much any pack you buy is available in there that you haven't opened, and like I said, you can open it in there, and I think it'll really help cut down on the glitch last year. There we go, nice little shot there. It'll really help cut down on the glitch last year where you weren't getting your pack from from when you purchase them with like Microsoft points or something like that. It'll really help with that. And then, oh wow, that was a quick one. It'll help with that, and then it'll also, if it works as I think it's going to work, all your unopened packs will go into there. So for people who do pack opening videos using like Microsoft points and stuff like that, you can get all of your packs probably in there and then open them in one video, and then you're not cutting every time, which is honestly a very, very nice feature to add for YouTubers and for anyone really just wanting to open up the packs. Although some people probably do like waiting for it, because it does add a bit of a suspense to it, but it's cool that you can prepare for it like that. And yeah, so that's pretty neat in itself. And yeah, so that's about it for packs. Let's close this. Next up, we've got the Ultimate Team Player of the Game, which is Hut Live cards. And these are cards that I quote it here as we go to the intermission. It's a very limited edition player item that is based off real life performances. If a player has a standout game during the NHL season, a player of the game special edition item may be released, but only for a very limited time. And they will boost the ratings and stuff, and they will only be released once according to this, and it's actually pretty amazing. it is a little bit of a stat up boost. So if like Hall's an 89 in here instead of an 87, which is his regular, and it'll be interesting to see how those compete to start of the weeks. And I think they're going to be insanely rare, but they're going to be hard to pull. Now another thing on packs is that the packs are probably going to be a lot more even this year. The reason why I say that here, as we go ahead, and let me just pull this up quickly. EA Forum, or not EA Forums, EA Sports News. Oh yeah, something new about Hut too. Is the auction. You can now see the minimum and maximum price everything is sold for, as well as the high and like the average price, which is kind of cool. That'll really help out with finding out values and stuff. But again, that's gonna really come into question again, and there's gonna be a lot of stuff where it's gonna have, say, an average value of like. Take Gabrick for example this year. His average value this year through like the first year and a half or first like probably 3 months or so would probably be about I want to say he was like a 120k player, and 120k player, yeah, he dropped down to like 50 halfway through the year. So he'd probably average out, with all the ones that sold at 120k, he'd average out to like 75k, but he wouldn't actually go for that on the market. So that's going to actually maybe create a bit of a confusion, but it'll also give people who are away from the game for a little bit longer just a little bit of time to see what it's going for. It can also really mess people up by looking for the minimum price instead of, you know, just watching the market, and it'll be interesting because people could think they're getting a good deal buying one at like say 60k when the average is like 65k, but a player could only be going for like 50k at the time. So it's going to bring in some new strategies for both buying and selling, some that we'll have to get used to. But yeah, so that's the new thing with packs. There's some new searching items and stuff like that, and overall, you know, there's a lot of really cool stuff coming up here. Again, Seasons is back in consumables. It's a lot like FIFA now. And I'm actually going to open up the packs here quickly and just talk about that. Oh, and there's also like a rarity system and how many are on the market in the in the Hut search system or whatever. So that's pretty cool in itself. But the new pack levels, you have bronze, which you get mainly bronze players, which are like WHL, OHL, and QMJHL players for the most part. Silvers are like European League and AHL players. Then gold packs are NHL players and like really high quality. I believe they're really high quality gold and AHL players. And then special packs will be like the limited high-end stuff. And then the My Packs, again, I already mentioned that. But the gold pack should increase in value this year with the whole non-rare gold items and stuff like that happening. It should be pretty good that way as far as value goes. It would have been a nice goal. And overall, you know, it's fairly exciting looking at that type of stuff here. But yeah, so overall, Hut's looking actually half decent. I'm not too happy with the overalls. Again, that's the one area I think is lacking. But I think the overalls do need to be higher. I've been a huge supporter of the higher overalls for a long time, just because of some stuff like that. And again, I think it helped the market out a little bit more, and it just make the game a little bit more fun. Again, Hut being a little bit too realistic also kind of hurts its playability at times, because at the end it is kind of an arcade mode. It's not really meant to be played 100% seriously, but you know, it is what it is, I guess, and I'm sure it'll be good as always. And it looks like, again, oh, one more thing is that quick sells look like they're going to sell for more, which is pretty cool. It's something that I think is desperately needed. The Lemieux legend, I mean, he'd sell more in the market, but he was a quick sell for 12.5k, which again, he'd be a 150 pack quick sell now, which will add value to the packs again, and I think it should increase pucks. Pucks are going to be inflated a lot from last year, so last year's values definitely will be thrown out the window in my opinion. If you're going by them, I think you're going to be a little bit shocked, because I do believe players are going to be selling for more, even though their overalls drop, just with everything combined here between the new overalls and or like the new ways to score. That was a bit of a lucky goal there. The new ways to get pucks, like you can get 36k from just signing in once a day. That's pretty unreal. You couldn't get that. I think if you sign in for like the entire year in NHL 13, you'd be close to getting that. And I think overall everything's going to combine fairly well for it, and it's going to be a fairly good hut. Again, Seasons is in there, and it's pretty much about it. The other new thing about contracts is that contracts are applied to specific like player groupings. So your contracts and bronze packs will be shorter for gold and silver players, and then your contracts and silver packs will be shorter for bronze and gold players, longer for silver players, and then the gold packs, the contracts will be the longest for the gold players. And it'll be interesting to see if like the gold player improvements are bumped up at all. Like say you get them for a longer duration or something, because I haven't seen anything about duration cards, but in the demo I actually didn't really check to see if there was duration. But yeah, I think that's pretty much about it. Let me scroll back through here. Different packs, collections, seasons, chemistry is always the same thing. Auction house, consumables, which is new, is the same thing. Rare items, and then the mobile app again, which is an absolute beast. But yeah, so I think that's about it, guys. As always, hopefully you enjoyed the video here, and if you did, maybe toss a like on it. I'll link the article in the description below, and yeah, if you could yeah, leave a comment. If you're new, check out some of my other stuff. Check out the Packing It Up series, which just finished up yesterday, because that is probably one of my favorite series I have ever put on, and I'm definitely continuing that in NHL 14. But anyways, guys, as always, take it easy, and peace